May was a lot. It was one of those months where everything is happening at the same time, it seems. I had a lot of work to do at my full-time job. My partner and I decided that we're moving countries, so there's a lot of HR conversations about that. And I started to take content creation more seriously and actually give it a shot. So here we are. But I also managed to play a bunch of games. So let's talk about them. Let's start with Bandle Tale. It's a crafting RPG set in the League of Legends universe where you play as a Yordle, trying to rebuild a community across several islands. I gotta say, this one hit a little close to home. I moved to Ireland 1.5 years ago, and one of the things that I struggle with the most is to find my people. The Yordles in this game just want to feel like they belong, and I completely understand that feeling. You show up, you try your best, you throw parties, you hang out with people, and it still takes so long to feel like you belong. The game is lovely though. It's warm, funny, and full of charm. So if you're into RPGs with a lot of heart, then this one might be worth your time. Next, we have Firewatch. This one is a first-person mystery set in the Wyoming wilderness where you play as Henry, a fire lookout who just wants to escape his life for a summer. And I get it, Henry. I really get it. I love nature. Hiking, forests, lakes, mountains, you name it. Just being able to be outside with something green and calm is everything that I want. But I moved to Dublin, like I mentioned, and so going to somewhere like this is not so accessible anymore because I don't have a car. But playing Firewatch really scratched that itch for me. There's something really appealing about the idea of a simple life where your biggest concern in the day is whether to report a smoke signal or not. There's no Slack messages, there's no emails, there's no one pressuring you to do a certain task because you have to. It's just you and nature, and that's absolutely lovely. So I definitely recommend if you're also going through a I just want to hide in the forest kind of phase. Then there's Remember Me, a cyberpunk action game set in Neo Paris, where the main character can literally enter people's memories and remix them, which is a wild concept and also kind of made me think. There are memories that we would rather not have, right? It's much better to rewrite them or forget about them than it is to sit with our feelings and dealing with them. And this game explores that in a very interesting way. It's not a cozy game at all. There's a lot going on, but the story is fascinating, the world building is incredible. So if you like games like Cyberpunk and that touch topics like memory manipulation, then this one might be one for the wish list. Urban Jungle is a game about decorating your space with plants, and honestly it's as relaxing as it sounds. But it also made me think about something a bit more personal. Growing up, I was always told to study hard, get a good job, and then I would be fine. And I did that. I work in tech now, so I pursued that. But I sometimes am sitting at my desk working and I think about the future and I am like, is this it? The tech market was definitely not my dream. I mean, I have a bachelor's in psychology, so it didn't start with tech. But I just pursued it because, you know, it pays well, you can work from home. It's a win-win. And then I get to play games and talk about them online, so I guess it's not that bad. I can't complain too much. But Urban Jungle did remind me that usually the thing that makes you the happiest, people tell you not to pursue because maybe it's not that stable of a job or maybe it doesn't pay that well. But you know, sometimes it's worth it, and this game really reminded me of that. Anyway, it's a 10 out of 10 game for everyone that kills every plant they own, but they still want to feel like they have a green thumb. Then you have Lands Island. Lands Island was an interesting one. It's a survival crafting game, building your base, exploring the mines and the world, farming, that kind of thing. And I jumped in completely blind, which was fine for about 2 hours until I had absolutely no idea what to do next. Survival games are really not my usual thing, and it's definitely not the game's fault. The game is great. I, at a certain point, really didn't know what to do. But I had a great idea, which was to go to my partner that usually plays games like these and ask if he wanted to join me, since this is a co-op game. He did. So we played together. I am so glad that we did, because we are now, I think, about 20 hours in, and the game feels much more fun, and I think we're about to finish it in like a few hours. So really glad that I did that. And finally, Voron, Raven's Story. You play as a raven flying through a beautiful world, uncovering a story. Sounds good, right? The story is lovely. The flying mechanics, however, took me a while to figure out, and by a while, I mean I spent a concerning amount of time flying directly into trees, walls, anything that could be flown into. Poor Raven did not deserve me as a pilot. I did end up putting it down eventually, because the loop of going from one location to the other got a bit repetitive for me, but the world is gorgeous. So if you're more patient than me and you enjoy exploration games, then this one might be worth checking out. And that was made for me. Between all the HR conversations and all the life planning, I still managed to get through 6 games. So that is incredible. For now, I will leave it here. Thank you so much for watching. And me and my cat will see you in the next one. Bye.